So we're going to get some moisture finally.
Yeah, finally a pattern change that I think is going to stick around more than just one day.
Okay.
So, much needed precipitation, and it's been 25 days since the Central Sierra Snow Lab has picked up measurable precipitation. So, third driest during the winter months on record for them, and we're going to put an end to that, I think, by the time the weekend rolls around.
All right.
So, big picture right now, high pressure in control. That's keeping things dry, and this is the pattern that's been in place for the last few weeks. So, where has the storm track been? Displaced way to the north across over the Pacific and then up into parts of Alaska into Canada, north of Vancouver. So the storm track's going along the northern edge of this ridge of high pressure. And that's important because to get that storm track down to the south, this ridge of high pressure needs to weaken and break down. And that's what's going to happen as we move into the weekend. Here's your timestamp there as we get toward Thursday into Friday. That ridge starts to break down as it moves to the south, and therefore the storm track works its way down to the south. And this pattern setting up next week is a good one if you want to get any precipitation here in northern California. And I think that's going to happen by the time we get toward Friday and into at least the first half of next week. So above average precipitation chances are heading in our direction. Still a lot of discrepancies regarding the intensity, the magnitude, how much precipitation we'll see, the timing of the heaviest, and when we see some breaks in the activity. So we'll keep all those details and fine tune all of that as we get closer toward the weekend. But as of right now, it appears that the onset of rainfall coming in on Friday along and north of I-80. If you're down in Modesto, mainly dry through the day, and then starting off with some snow across the Sierra, but the snow levels will be rising as some warm air starts to work its way in up there in some of the higher elevations. So areas like Donner Pass, Truckee, Tahoe that may see some minor snowfall at the start will flip over to rain because by Saturday the snow levels will be rising above 8,000 feet. Same areas that'll be impacted Saturday at this point appears along and north of 80, less so down to the south. A lot of that lifts to the north on Sunday, so I'm thinking Sunday a lot of dry time, and that will be the case for part of Monday as well before that moisture starts to work its way down to the south. And then by Tuesday the temperatures will start dropping, so we'll see a flip back over to snow, and there's at least a decent chance. I'm optimistic that when that happens, we'll pick up some decent snowfall in the Sierra once you get past the weekend. In terms of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, minimal snowfall for the high country at this point. But again, I'm optimistic once you get past the weekend as those temperatures start to drop. Either way, decent amount of precipitation in terms of rainfall for the foothills. At this point, 3 to 6 inches of rainfall over the next 7 days can't be ruled out along and north of I-80. So we are going to see some first load action days. So we're fine-tuning the most impactful time. And as we start to get a better, more clear picture of the forecast through the weekend early next week, we'll certainly pass on those details to you so you can plan your weekend and time things out accordingly. But at this point, cold mornings for a couple days and then seasonable temperatures. At this point, best chance for widespread rain Friday night into Saturday and likely Monday into Tuesday. Tony?
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen that forecast.
About time.
For the 7 day. All right, Nick, thanks.